Tell me what MAGA means.
Well, America was certainly great when we valued the nuclear family and family values.
And do you think that Trump espouses that? I mean, we'll take him as an example. He's been married at least 3 times anyway that I can think of. What makes him the mouthpiece for all the things that you care about?
This Trump supporter cries out for a return to normal, looking back fondly at the idealism of the nuclear family, although I doubt he was old enough to see it back in its heyday. But when pressed about the obvious misalignment between Trump and his more moralistic values, struggling to deliver answers that explain away Trump's bad faith politics and malpractice.
I would say that compared to what the Democrats have to offer, I think that he is the better of the candidates to espouse that kind of thinking as opposed to transgenderism and different gender identities, etc., things like that.
These Trump supporters fall short, failing to deliver a substantial explanation. The emphasis on family values is so telling. A tried and tested red herring for Republican-led ethics, supposedly, but is actually a grim reminder of the sacrifices the right is willing to take. I mean, they rebel against the dissolution of the nuclear family, but advocate for policies and funding that destroy families today, where progressives fight to keep these units together and alive. Republicans lobby for more police, more walls, more security, more bombs. War is valuable to Republicans, and advocating on behalf or in lieu of violence bears more fruit as opposed to protecting the integrity of human life. But most importantly, war generates the most valuable resource for Republicans: fear. I mean, just watch this MAGA woman in utter disbelief as her preconceived notions about queer people and trans access to healthcare are cleanly ripped away.
Because they're a girl, or they're a girl and they want to be a boy, and that the state or wherever they're living has the right to put them through transformation or transition, and the parents don't have a say. Now, that's not legal in all places.
I was going to say, that's not happening. That isn't happening. I mean, like, no.
Fear is what the right uses to mobilize their base. Fear that they might be forgotten or left behind. Republicans, by very definition, are fearful. They're fearful of the future and hope to regress back to a place that is recognizable to them. But you and I both know that things can never go back to the way they were. Republicans are afraid, yes, but still driven by their political agendas. The alt-right is eager to throw any perceived outgroup under the proverbial bus. And in fact, they revel in it.
There's talk that Trump is not going to debate his Republican competitors this time. Do you think that's a smart move or not?
It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I think they're all kind of leaning towards the same thing, so it'd be almost redundant.
There's talk that he's not going to debate. Do you think he should, or do you think he's smart not to?
I think he needs to let all these small-numbered people like Nikki Haley and all them do their debate, see who comes out, to see who he's really running competition-wise against. Right now they're all so low.
They seek out the vulnerable demographics, often on the fringes of social view, and attack them with fake news and fabricated gossip in an attempt to shore up delinquent support for their political causes. Her arguments are a clear parroting of the propaganda being pushed by alt-right websites, lying to their bases about the reality of life in America. And still, she holds on to the belief, as opposed to a practical, logical conclusion about politics and about policy. And although the methods and the approaches vary, the ideas are the same, the ends are the same, and they're all rooted in MAGA.
Do you think that Donald Trump should debate his opponents?
Oh, absolutely. He's always willing for a fight. He's a brawler.
He's talking about the fact that he doesn't want to debate his Republican opponents.
Well, they're next to useless, so why bother? The Democrats are the real opponents. And I think the Republican Party, contrary to the naysayers and the minority that said Donald Trump's not leading the party, Donald Trump is. The only reason many of us are still Republicans because he's the one guy that stood up for actual principle. Your Chris Christie's, your John McCain types, the others, they don't stand, Nikki Haley, they don't stand for any principles. They have no principles. The principles are their own self-serving purposes. We the people want somebody in office that represent us, we the people.
And as always, it comes back to Trump. They are dedicated to Trump because at the end of the day, much to his orange credit, this man represents what the modern Republican wants, what the modern Republican aspires to be. A brash and quick-talking megalomaniac who confidently manipulates the intentions of his peers for his own benefit because that is what they wish they could do. Before, conservatives had the luxury of being soft-spoken with their hatred. But for the MAGA crowd, that is no longer enough. So what does Trump ultimately have to offer to those seeking a return to the old? Well, nothing. As modern a phenomenon as Trump is, there is still something consistently true about him and about the regressive sensibility in general. And it's about Trump's selfishness enabled by his consolidations of power that allows him to screw over anyone he has to, including millions of Americans, to get his way. And if he's president again, he will bring a new meaning to the nuclear family. And that, frankly, is not a future I am willing to wager on. Are you? This is Adrian Costa with Rebel HQ. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check back for more videos. See you guys soon.